Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Lamecca Holmes, Director of the East Flatbush Community Partnership. Thank you for joining us for our monthly meeting for the month of August. I'm going to share our agenda for today. We have our welcome everyone. We're glad you're here. We're going to share our East Flatbush Community Partnership updates. We have two presentations. Christine is unable to join us today, but we do have Darlena and Gabriella presenting. And then we have our program updates and next steps. Okay, Kai, are you ready?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great.
Hi, my name is Kai Prayer. I'm a community ambassador for East Flatbush Community Partnership, and I will be presenting you our community updates. Our weekly newsletter. Any events and flyers that you guys have, please send to Miss Cindy Reed. And I will also put our email list in the chat in a moment. And if you also would like to present, we also have a presenter form you can also fill out, and you could be one of our presenters next. Thank you. I would like to inform you guys about our East Flatbush Community Resident Liaison. Our requirements is just so you reside in one of our following zip codes: 11203, 11210, 11212, and 11226. You will have to attend our monthly virtual and in-person meetings. Creole or Spanish speaking preferred, but you don't have to be. No education requirements, just knowledge of your neighborhood and a willingness to make a difference. There will be a $250 stipend every 3 months. Metro cards will be provided. Thank you. I'd also like to tell you guys about our virtual open door, which happens every second Thursday of each month at 7 p.m. It's a monthly virtual resource fair for East Flatbush residents to share information and access resources for families and communities to thrive. There will also be raffle prizes, which are gift cards that will be shared out. And here you guys are at our general monthly meeting, which happens every fourth Thursday of each month from 3 to 5 p.m. We often have many presenters. It's always a great time here. Thank you. I would also like to tell you guys about our East Flatbush Community Partnership website. Please check it out. We worked very hard on it. Well, not me, but the partnership worked very hard on it, and we would like you guys to see it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kai. Cindy?
Hello, everyone. Cindy here. I'm going to present past events and upcoming. For past events, we had our Mind, Body, and Soul Street Connect right after the last meeting, which was on July 29th. And during that day, we connected families to resources and also distributed laundry cards preloaded with $48 on it, along with those who did not want to use the laundry cards, laundry bags with detergent, softener, and dryer sheets. It was a pretty good day, serving over, I believe, about 160 families. On, I believe this was July 5th, yes. On July 5th, we tabled at Love and Kindness Wellness Services event. They had Love and Kindness Day, sharing mental health resources with the community and just, opening the community, sharing with the community ways to combat mental illness or feeling overwhelmed. So it was really nice that day, connecting, sharing resources. On August 5th, we participated in the Unity Walk. This is the annual event where they shut down the block between Utica Avenue and Church Ave. And it's just a day connecting families to resources and a day of unity. It was a pretty good day participating in that as well. We also participated in the 19th annual Family Day on August 12th, tabling at Farragut Road and Albany Avenue, sharing resources with the community. And we also participated in Kindness Party, which was on Glenmore Plaza, which was at Glenmore Plaza, again, sharing resources with the community on August 12th. We participated in one of our great partners, New York Psychotherapy Council Center, within I believe it's their first time having it this year, which was an amazing event. Their anti-bully resource fair, connecting community members to resources concerning bullying and other resources. So it was really nice. A lot of table organizations out there, and we were there as well.
Thank you, Cindy. Diane, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Okay, I'm sharing with you our upcoming events. Okay, our next event is tomorrow, August 25th from 11 to 3 p.m. And it's a back to school giveaway. So we hope you'll join us. We'll be sharing book bags, school supplies. We'll have some of our partners out there doing health screenings, and there'll be some special prizes. And of course, food, music, and our partners will be there to share their resources, and there'll be so much more. It'll be a fun day. It'll be going on from 11 to 3 tomorrow at 5810 Snyder Avenue here in Brooklyn, zip code 11203. And there is a link on, I'll put it in the chat, a link to register for this event. Okay? So we hope you will join us. And if you need additional information, you can reach out to Cindy Reed. Her email address is there. And I'll put all of this contact information into the chat for your convenience. Okay, is it an indoor event? The question is posed, I see. Is this an indoor event? Or is this an outdoor?
But we believe that the range should be done by the time the event starts. I'll also put in the chat if anyone is wanting to come out and table. We still have space. In the chat, the link for you to sign up to be a vendor. Sorry, Diane. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. If anyone, please share your information in the chat so that we'll know who our wonderful attendees are. We ask that you put your name, your email address, and whether that you're a resident in the chat if you are a resident. And we ask the same from our service providers. Your name, email address, and the organization you're affiliated with our service providers, and indicating whether you're a service provider or not. And we're glad you're here. And that would be it for me.
Thank you, Diane.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. So we will now be starting with our presentation for the evening. Our first presenter will be Darlena John. She is our program coordinator for the Diaspora Community Services. Is Darlena in today?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Okay.
Do you have the ability to share?
Let me see. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
It's not allowing me to. 1 moment.
There you go.
I'm sorry, can you see it?
We can see Canva. Is that what you want us to see?
1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, can you see it now?
Yep, it looks amazing. We're ready.
Okay. 1 moment, I'm just trying to get this. Okay. Okay, hello, my name is Darlena. I'm the program coordinator for the CARE program at Diaspora Community Services. So what I do is I assist sexual assault survivors, and I do several things, such as helping them with counseling, crisis intervention, if they need advocacy. And this presentation is in regards to sexual assault. Okay, so what is sexual violence? I'm having problems with the screen. Oh, one moment, I'm trying to. Okay, sexual violence is a kind of sexual activity or act, including online, that was unwanted or involved in one or more of the following: pressure, manipulation, bullying, or intimidation. Okay, there's different forms of, oh my God, sorry. So there's different forms of sexual violence. I don't know why this is, hold on a second.
Darlena, sometimes it'll progress if you press the right arrow or your space bar. Maybe you can try that if you're having challenges progressing the slides.
I'm so sorry, one moment.
It's okay, no problem. In the meantime, if you are not signed up for our newsletter, feel free to do
Okay, I have it
so.
now, sorry.
You all set? Okay, no
Okay,
problem.
so there's different forms of sexual violence. So rape, the definition is forced sexual intercourse, including vaginal, anal, or oral penetration. Penetration may be used by a body part or an object. Then you have rape within a relationship. Anytime someone forces himself or herself on you sexually without your consent, this can be a sexual assault or rape, even if you're married to or in a relationship with the person who is assaulting or raping you. Another form is sexual exploitation. So that's actual or attempted abuse of a position of vulnerability, power, or trust for sexual purposes, including but not limited to profiling, monetary, social, or politically from the sexual exploitation of another. Then we also have revenge porn. This is the distribution of sexual explicit images or videos of individuals without their consent. The material may have been made by a partner in an intimate relationship with the knowledge and consent of the subject at the time, or it may have been made without their consent or their knowledge. Okay. Common impacts of sexual assault or abuse: feelings of shame, guilt, disbelief, anger, delays in disclosure, trauma, behavioral problems. What to do if you're a victim of sexual violence? You can seek medical treatment as soon as possible for all HIV post-exposure, sexually transmitted diseases, and pregnancy testing and treatment options at the nearest emergency department. They have the HIV post-exposure prophylaxis. Should be initiated as soon as possible after exposure, ideally within 2 hours. Decisions regarding initiation of PEP beyond 36 hours post-exposure should be made on a case-by-case basis. Upon arrival, the hospital will offer assistance from the local rape crisis advocate. The advocate will be able to answer any of your questions about the forensic exam, accompany you through the entire examination, and provide follow-up resources. A forensic exam, also known as a rape kit, is the collection of evidence in the emergency department after a sexual assault occurred or within 96 hours. I have a video that I would like to show.
We can't hear the video.
You can't hear it?
No. You would have to turn on the audio sharing as well in Zoom.
You said turn on the audio?
Yeah, so if you click on,
Okay, so let me stop this.
I actually forgot how to do it. Give me one moment.
I'm sorry, you said you can't hear it?
No, we can't hear it, but I'm trying to remember how to allow you to share your sound. If anyone remembers, if you
I
can.
don't know, it's not allowing me. How do I don't know how to.
I think
Can
you have
someone
to
assist me?
unmute
Like, how
your
do I
computer,
add the
unmute your
audio?
laptop or computer.
Yeah,
Volume.
when you share your screen, there's an
Yeah.
option to share audio as well. So maybe if you stop sharing and then share again, it'll pop up.
I cannot hear. It's not allowing it. Okay.
Okay, it's fine. Are you able to skip the video? You can send it out and then
have
we
to do
can make
that.
sure everybody gets the link. Is that okay? Would you like to do that?
Did I just go back? Should I just continue? Because I don't, it's, the system is not allowing me to.
Yes,
Okay.
continue, and then we can definitely provide
Let's go
people
to
with the
see.
link so that they can watch it on their own, okay?
Sorry about that.
It's okay, no problem. You can continue.
Mm. Okay. Okay, I was able to get crime statistics from NYPD, and the crime statistics are from July 2021 to July 2023. So the rape complaints reported from the 71st precinct is 34 cases. The report date is not necessarily the same time as the occurrence date. So that was from the 71st precinct, and the 71st precinct, their zip codes is 11203, 11213, 11225, and 11226. The rape complaints that reported by the 67th precinct, those were 66 cases. So the zip codes for the 67 precincts is 11203, 210, excuse me, 11212, 11226, and 11236. Now, so the crime statistics, and this includes sexual abuse, forcible touching, sexual misconduct, and criminal sexual acts, that is 121 reports. This was for the 71st precinct. Again, the report date is not necessarily the same as the occurrence date. For the 67th precinct, the sexual assault reports are 246 reports. And again, this is including sexual abuse, forcible touching, sexual misconduct, and criminal sexual acts. Okay, those were the zip codes. Usually I would go into an activity to see how much do individuals know about sexual assault. So these are the first questions that I ask. I will hand these flyers out and ask people questions such as, is rape about sexual gratification? These are true and false questions. Is sex crimes or crimes of passion or desire? Are men can be sexually assaulted? True or false? Also, most sexual assaults are interracial. True or false? The perpetrator and the victims are of different races. So that's one set of questions that I ask. The second set of questions that I ask are, to see how much do you know is rapes are rarely reported to the police. The way a person is dressed or the fact that they are drunk is often why they're raped. Sexual offenders are many times known by the victim. Also, when someone says no, really means maybe or yes. Okay, so once someone is educated or has the knowledge of trying to preventing them from being sexually assaulted, or after this has happened and they're going to counseling and stuff like that, this will help with their healing journey so that they won't have no new traumas developing. The attack will no longer govern their life, and they will have a sense of personal power. And that will help them no longer be a victim and become a survivor. And these are the different resources that individuals can get in contact with if they need assistance with reporting a sexual assault, or if they have been sexually assaulted, if they need services regarding counseling, or if they need legal advice. These are the organizations, including Diaspora Community Services, that can assist you. Well, thank you so much, and I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I'll try better the next time.
Darlena, it's okay. I have a question for you. So what I'm trying to figure out is there a particular age where an assault is considered rape, or is that any age? Darlena?
Hello?
Hi, Darlena, did you hear my question?
No, because the speaker was off for some reason. Mhm.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm wondering, is there a particular age where a sexual assault is considered rape? And if so, what is that age?
Is there a particular age?
Yes.
No.
Okay. And the reason I'm asking, because I would often hear like sexual abuse versus rape, but they're the same thing.
It depends. You're right. Right, I would say sexual. It depends. Yeah, that's a loaded question. Can I get back to you on that one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as you were speaking, literally, that's what I was thinking about. And again, I'm thinking about our children and what they experience and how we classify it. So yeah, feel free. You can definitely get back to me. Thank you. Tyrone, you have a question for Darlena?
Yeah, yeah. To answer your question, like, what's the distinction between, let's say, someone being molested or someone being raped? Like, what's the distinction between those two? They're both sexual assaults, but when does something, become like a rape as opposed to a molestation?
Molestation, that's that's minors. I understand now what she's saying. That's minors.
Right.
They're a minor. So yeah, so that's the difference. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Does anyone else have questions for Darlena? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm sorry, I do have a question.
Oh, Rhonda, I'm
Yes, ma'am.
sorry. Hi,
It's okay, Ms.
Rhonda.
Holmes. It's okay. It's my fault. Me and technology are not the best of friends. Darlena, do you go to schools and talk to the parents if we will request that of you?
I can.
Okay,
Yeah, I just started this position, but yes, I can.
okay, thank you. I just wanted to know.
Thank you.
I would like to host an event. We have asylum and DV and shelter double ups and triple up housing.
Mhm.
So I would like for our young people, our moms and dads to know and what the effects can be on our students as well. So I left my information. If anyone else wants to come out to my kids, to our school here at Walt Whitman in the Flatbush area, we are 11226. Just want to make that clear. So, so if anyone wants to come out and do a presentation that would be beneficial to the school community, I would greatly appreciate it. And thank you in advance. Thank you, Miss Cindy.
All
Hi.
right. Any other
Oh.
questions for Darlena?
I put my email in the chat.
I don't have a question as much as just not a commentary, but like advice. I work with adults a lot, especially in the English language learning community. And one thing I think it would be good to add to the presentation is about their rights, because we know
Okay.
we're dealing with other cultures as well, and especially with women, they don't not understand but comprehend that they have a right to say no in America.
Right.
And so just touch on like the laws and the rules governing that and women's bodies. I think that would help as well, just to let them know, you know, the American legal system and what they have access to, regardless of their immigration status.
Okay. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Julia.
And one other thing, Ms. Darlena, you may want to consider trying to find someone on your staff who can help you with this in English, Spanish, Creole, Arabic, because in my community, in my school community, that's the languages that we cover.
Okay.
And also, you may want to take a sensitivity class.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
So when you're approaching the people, you know you'll know your audience.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Darlena. We appreciate you for presenting.
Thank you.
And we have another presenter, Edlene.
Yes, so our next presenter will be Gabriella. I don't want to mispronounce your last name. Maciel, just help me out there.
It's Maciel, actually.
Maciel, okay, and she is from our community liaison, Heartwise Support.
Yep.
Welcome, Gabriella.
Thank you so much. I don't have a PowerPoint or anything like that. I'm really old school. I'm just going to talk to you from the heart. So what Heartwise Support is we're in a, sorry, I'm catching a cold. So we are a service provider for children and youths from ages 6 to 21. What we do, we have different programs, and each child or youth that's referred to us is going to get assessed by a care manager. So basically, the care manager's job is going to be to figure out which of our programs best suits that particular individual. So for example, if someone has, let's say, mental health issues along with, you know, intellectual issues. So the case manager is going to know that that person needs more hand-holding. So they're going to be assigned a case manager to work with them on a consistent basis. We have other programs, for example, that are more school-based. So if there's a child or an individual, I should say an individual who needs tutoring, for example, that's very easy for us to accommodate them with, and there's no insurance needed for that type of program. So the programs that are home and community-based, those do require Medicaid. For the most part, our clients already have Medicaid in place, but if an individual does not have Medicaid, and let's suppose that the parent's income is too much, there is a way for that individual to get Medicaid services for the services that we provide through a waiver program from the state. It's called the Children's Waiver, and that runs up to age 21. So they have, hopefully if they're young, let's say they're in elementary school, it'll last them through adulthood. So that's a really good program that's run by the state of New York. And again, it doesn't matter what the parents' financials are. So that's a big plus. This way the child or the youth can get the services they need without having to worry about income from their parents. The other programs that we have are if they have, so the basic requirement is for them to have Medicaid, for them to be between the ages of 6 to 21. And for the community and the home and community-based services, they have to see a therapist along having other, whether it's a physical, a mental, emotional, or intellectual need. They have to be seen by a therapist. So they have to have an emotional component as well. And when I mean an emotional component, it could be anxiety or a depression. So I want to give you an example. My daughter qualifies for our services because she has a 504. So when I'm trying to target the schools a lot, because there's a lot of individuals in school who have IEPs and 504s, and also individuals in foster care because they don't have stable housing. So they have a lot of emotional needs as well. So my daughter has a 504 because of an illness that she had, and her illness qualifies her to have a 504 accommodation. And basically what it does is it gives her extra time for her test taking, because her illness causes her to have anxiety sometimes that she breaks down in hives when she takes a test. She's a really smart kid. She's in honors, but for some reason, the test taking gives her such anxiety that she breaks out, and it's all due to the childhood illness that she had. So basically her 504 gives her extended time so she could either finish the test with her peers, or she can come back at a later time and finish up what she didn't take. And this includes things for regents and state for SATs. So it's not just, say a simple math test that she'll get the help for. It encompasses all her testing. So this is really helpful. And because of the anxiety, she gets treated for that, and then she qualifies for our services. So basically that's it. The way the system works is I would get the referral, and then I would kind of do a quick, what are the needs? Can we really help the child out? Then we'll go ahead and I'll turn around and give it to our case manager. And then that involves a few assessments to be done, and a few phone calls to really find out which of our programs best suits that individual. And I think that's pretty much it. Do you guys have any questions for me? No questions, or are they in the chat? Sorry. So Sarah, yeah, I have a flyer, and what I could do is I put my email address in the chat. If you'd like, if you could please email me. I'm at home. I'm supposed to have another meeting in just a few minutes. So I'm actually at home for all these meetings and not in the office. So I don't know how to upload the flyer through my phone. I'm so sorry. But if you email me, I'll be more than happy to send it over to you. Any other questions?
Yes, I do. How
Yes.
are parents, I'm sorry, how are parents made aware of what your agency does? If their child is struggling and the child doesn't have, you called it a
504 or an IEP.
Yes.
So when the child enters the school system, the teachers and guidance counselors all get together. When the school notices there's a little bit of an issue with a particular child, they'll turn around and say, okay, we think that more services are needed. And then they'll turn around and get the appropriate forms filled out and everything. And then they'll contact a service provider. So the DOE has actually a list of service providers, but I'm sure if you go on their website, it's like, I don't know, it's 10 pages of service providers listed one after another. So it's a little bit overwhelming.
Had the parents pick one, right?
Pardon?
I said, how parents would wonder, how do they pick a service provider?
Well, that's my whole thing. I mean, you want someone who's going to be, so for example, on my flyer, okay, I blocked out the office phone number. Why? Because I want you to be able to reach me right away and say, hey, Gabby, I think I have a child for you, or, I have my neighbor, or I have my own child who might need your services. So I want you to be able to reach me right away. So I'm putting the face of the company, my face to the company, so you know who you're going to be dealing with directly. And it's hard because if you're a parent, they're just going to tell you, okay, go on 311 or go on DOE and then get a list, get a name from a service provider. But if you can have a person that you could actually have their cell phone number and reach out to them directly, I think that's better, which is why I'm in the community a lot, trying to spread the word of who we are and what we do and work with the schools to get more exposure for us, And as far as the difference between the IEP and the 504s, so the IEPs are more intense. The teachers is basically like a guidebook for them on how to deal with the child, whether they need, more one-on-one, or they need a classroom with 2 teachers, or they need to get a para. And that IEP is renewed every year, whereas the 504, it's basically a blanket. So they don't have to get renewed every year. And the 504 can be filled out by just their specialist. So for my daughter, for example, the hospital where she had her transplants at, they fill out the form. And then the school they email it to the school and that's it. I don't have to do anything pretty much. Like I just want to make sure that they sent it and it's taken care of. Whereas an IEP is a little bit more intense. So again, having a service provider that coordinates all of that for you takes a load off the parent, because the parent is not going to really understand how to navigate the system. Whereas our case coordinator, case managers do a continuum of care. So they'll get in touch with the hospitals or doctors. They'll get in touch with the parents and say, oh, by the way, they needed this info. So that's what our program does. It basically takes the pressure off the parent and puts it on us. Well, not me, but the case managers.
Understood. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I have a question. So I just wanted to be clear. So this is only for like health related situations, right?
So it could be anything. So for example, I have I just got a client who has autism. So they're not going to have a physical ailment, but it'll be more cognitive, and we offer speech. This particular client has a problem expressing his needs. So he doesn't tell you when he's hungry. He doesn't tell you if he's tired. So it's a lot of work that we need, because we need to make him more expressive, however that may be, whether it's through sign language or writing things down, or that's what our case managers will try to figure out with this particular child. They have kids who are just needing, for example, with the migrants coming in, a lot of them need help getting Medicaid. So we can help them with that. If they need help in schools, finding a school that offers an, I forget how it's called now, ELA program, right? So as English as a second language is how it was when I was in school. So basically they need a school that's going to be able to have the services for them to concentrate more on how to learn English. We help them with that as well. So it's not just like a physical ailment, we do everything. If the child has ADHD, if they have emotional problems, and when I mean emotional disorders is like if they have outbursts in school. Back in the day, they just used to put you in special ed and that's it basically. But now they're trying to be more inclusive and more aware of what each individual needs. And that's, again, where we come in and try to help the schools out.
Are there any things that are excluded that you all don't assist with?
Not that I'm aware of right now, no. I mean, we'll let them know, like we'll let our case managers will let a person know, oh, look, we feel that given the assessments that and it's not just one assessment, I just want to point that out. This is a process. It's not just like, oh, hi, we just met you today and we figured out what your needs are and let's just put you in a program. No. This is going to be intensive. Like there is going to be multiple conversations to be had. So this way we know exactly the program that we put them in is the right program for that individual. So during those assessments, if we find that there's really no help that we can offer, we'll let them know. Of course, we're not going to drag it out. But it's an intense program. It's an intense interview process, basically, to make sure that we're the right fit for them and they're the right fit for us.
And how closely do you work with like the New York City schools as far as leadership? Like what I'm trying to get to do schools know about your services?
So let me explain who Heartwise is. So Heartwise is a brand new company. We just launched it in July, but we're a part of a bigger corporation, which is the Hebrew Academy for Special Children. So they've been around for over 70 years. They predominantly dealt with the yeshivas, and now Heartwise is noticing that why just stay in the secular world when you can branch out to the non-secular world? So my job is to get our name out into the school systems. So I'm trying to do that now, and I'm trying to get into as many schools as possible. But because I started in the summer, it's been a little bit hard. So if anyone has any connections with local schools in Brooklyn or anywhere else, please let me know, because I need all the help I can get and then some. But that's my goal, is to get into all the schools in the New York City area that are non-secular, and try to let them know that we are available, and we're not just a name on a page like on the website. We are hands-on. So Rhonda, yeah, actually, I did take your info down because yes, I definitely want to reach out to you and try to get us to coordinate. Thank you so much, Rhonda.
Yeah, and also I'm not sure how familiar you are with the community partnerships, but there are 11 community partnerships throughout the 5 boroughs.
Yes,
Right?
yes, actually,
And
I'm doing the ECP partnership event tomorrow. So I am everywhere. Jamaica partnership as well. I haven't reached out to them yet since I just started this position. The position I had before was working with seniors. I did that for 8 years. And so I had been in, I actually ran into Cindy last week at the New York Psychotherapy event. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh, Cindy, I have to get back on your list, because I was on it once upon a time, but then, I left, and now I'm with this company. So I'm definitely trying to get my way back into all the partnerships, because I think that's the best way to reach the community, is getting in touch with the other service providers or organization providers, and let them know that, we're here to help.
that's
So
great.
yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I
thank
just
you.
lastly wanted to share that we're going to start it back up. We stopped for the summer, but every month ACS and the community partnerships have partnered with the Department of Education to do education forums.
Yes.
And so through that, we have a connection with the schools. And so if you can shoot me an email so that I can get you connected to the people you need to be connected with at the schools.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I appreciate
This is
that.
extremely important.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you so much, everyone.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Does
I'm so
anyone else have
sorry.
questions for Gabriella? I know I took up a lot of time with my questions.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I wanted to ask a question, because you mentioned something about wanting to do more like work in school systems, but I wanted to know about like our alternative learning for those who are like 18 to 21. Do you guys support them if they're not in school or in a GED program as well?
So I'm sorry, just to make sure I understand the question. So the individual is not attending any type of school?
No, they're in our GED program. So I work with St. Nick's Alliance.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry, the GED program. Okay. You know what? I don't know the answer to that, but can you put it in the chat for me, what your name is? Because I can't see it on the screen. Can you put your name in the chat, and I'm going to grab it right now, along with the GED program that you're with, if you don't mind, please?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, thank
and
you.
Just for reference, I'm with St. Nick's Alliance. I was trying to get your contact information. I believe I wasn't here when you posted it in the chat. So if you can mind sending that over to me, that would be great.
I'll put my webpage and my email and my cell phone number on the chat again.
Thank you. That would be great. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys helping me out. I really do. Really, truly. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. That's what we're here for. Any other questions for Gabriella?
No.
Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so right now we have some time for our our program updates. So if you would like to unmute and just share what is going on in your world, that can be any updates regarding upcoming events, any particular assistance you might need. You can definitely use this as a time to network and connect with other partners. So I see Lily, would you like to share?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Lily.
My name is Lily Lopez. I'm an outreach specialist for NIConnect, Center of Independence for the Disabled of New York, do Manhattan and Brooklyn. So just wanted to tell everyone a little bit about NIConnect. We are in the 5 boroughs, and it's a program that is for long-term care services and short-term care services. So if you have questions regarding Medicaid, Medicare, housing, benefits, please contact us. My information is on the chat, but I'll, repost it again.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you.
Okay, Julia.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm representing District 79 within the East Flatbush community. Just want to let you guys know school is upon us, not just for the kids, but for the adults. So we're going to be starting September 11th, and we provide free GED classes to the community. We partnered with MS61 on Empire Boulevard, and also close by PS 181 on New York Avenue. And these are flexible classes for evening students. So any adults, they want to go back to school, get their GED. We are also located at MS 246 Walt Whitman. I saw a representative from Walt Whitman as well. We are going strong with our English as a second language. It's not just for local residents, but I know we have a lot of asylum seekers coming in. So we will be posting registration dates prior to the 11th. So if you know anyone who wants to brush up on their English or get their GED, we will have that available. Also at Clara Barton High School, we're looking to start our medical assistant course, most likely September, October. We're still going to finalize the dates for that. But that's all. Thank you. Thank you for hosting.
Thank you, Julia. Are the
No
English language classes in person or virtual?
These are in-person classes. Agency guidelines, we are required to do them in person. I've been getting a lot of virtual questions, but I don't know, I gotta talk to the chancellor.
No, I think in person is better. I was just curious.
Yeah, especially for the English language learners, yes.
Yeah.
But we
Thank
have
you.
about 4 or 5 locations, 61 and New York Ave. We're hoping to do a Saturday morning class on New York Avenue, but it all depends on if we get enough people interested.
Yeah.
I'll keep you posted.
Thank you.
No problem.
Sarah, would you like to share?
Yeah, so my name is Sarah Barrett. I work with St. Nick's Alliance Workforce Development Center. I'm one of the recruitment and retention specialists for our youth build program, which is located in North Brooklyn, Bushwick area, if you're familiar with St. Nick's. And we provide vocational training and adult education to individuals looking for either work or education. So similar to the person that spoke before me, we do have adult education classes in the mornings and also in the evening. So if you have any individuals that is 18 plus who are looking for day classes during the week, then we have that provided here. With Youth Build and some of our other vocational trainings, we provide trainings and services to have them gain skills before going into the workforce, whether that be construction, for individuals 18 plus, or healthcare for individuals 18 to 24. We also have a job club and some tech trainings as well. Financial service, customer service for bilingual individuals. So there's a well-rounded amount of services that an individual can get from here. It is one program per person. So if they come to any one of our information sessions during the week, they can get more information. I did post my information in the chat just in case anybody wants to reach out to me to learn more about our program and services, but we do offer outside resources as well, connecting them with individuals to different programs based on their needs. So for example, healthcare, childcare, housing resources, we would be able to provide for the individuals that attend our program. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you want to email me or contact me in terms of more information, I can definitely get back to you as well.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Sarah.
shout out Sarah. We're over at St. Nick's too, so thank you for the shout out. And for if you have any Spanish speaking people that want to take the GED, we have the bilingual class at that workforce location. So that's and it's day and evening too.
Great. Charlene?
Sorry, I have to find the good afternoon, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Well, I'm Charlene Gordon from the New York City Department of Health. And what my couple of asks for today, I know I'm always talking about our webinars or trainings. We still do it every month. You know, you can always check us out online of all the things that we offer. But I just wanted to say that next month is on the week of the 18th through the 22nd is Falls Prevention Week. And we are planning some workshops about falls prevention. So I just want to highlight for Brooklyn on September 20th, we're going to do an in-person workshop on falls prevention from 2 to 3 at the Brooklyn Heights Library. So if you're servicing older adults, you know, you wanted to hear about falls prevention, you can join us then. And then on September 22nd, we're going to do the falls prevention, but in Russian at the Brighton Beach Library, which is in person from 11 to 12. So if you have, again, any clients that speaks Russian and to hear about falls prevention, join us then. We will still have some virtual programs during September. So the link that I normally share with you, and I will share again in the chat, you know, you can always check us out in September, not maybe the first week, no, maybe the second week in September, and see what we have coming up. And we also will be celebrating Hispanic Awareness Month. If you would like to partner with us in offering some workshops around environmental health, in Spanish to your Spanish speaking clients, parents, community residents, do reach out. And lastly, I wanted to say the last week in October is National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. And we're, you know, if there's any partners who wish to do something for Lead Week, again, you can also reach out to me. It's a great opportunity to educate the community about lead poisoning. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlene. Tyrone?
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying the last days of summer. Just a couple events that I wanted to announce that NHS is having. Actually tonight, and I would post all the flyers in the chat. Tonight, we are having our financial capabilities webinar. So if you have any questions about credit, savings, spending plan, so forth, you could feel free to join us. Also, upcoming, which is our first event in September, we're having a rental assistance and new tenant laws. As you know, there's been a couple of changes regarding the wait time. It's been eliminated by a city council veto as far as the amount of time you have to be in a shelter and receive city FEPS. There was a 3-month wait. They eliminated that. So we're going to talk about that and also some other things related to tenant issues and rights and eviction process. That's going to be on Thursday, September the 7th at 6 p.m. and I will post a flyer in the chat. And lastly, we are also having our ever popular first-time home buying workshop on Tuesday, September the 12th at 6 p.m. Also, I'm also going to post that in the chat. Thank you for your time and see you soon.
Thanks, Tyrone. Karen?
Good afternoon. Grant Associates is currently recruiting for a masonry training, a 5-week masonry training. It's held in Long Island City. It's free to individuals who will receive half a cash assistance case. So I will send that flyer out. Also, The teacher's assistant training is also recruiting now. Both will begin in October, the early part of October. But as you know, they recruit early for it. So I will also provide that flyer as well. Have a very blessed evening, and it's cold. But anyway, that's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Karen. Does anyone else have any program updates you'd like to share?
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rhonda Watson. I am the community school director currently here at Walt Whitman Middle School. This is my first meeting that I'm attending. I would like to say thank you, especially to Miss Cindy for inviting me to this event. If there's anyone that has any pertinent information that they would like to share with our school community, I would greatly appreciate the help. As you know, in our community here in Flatbush, we currently have around our school, we have 6 shelters, and some of them are double and triple up as well. So we can really use any information, any partnerships at this time that will benefit our families and our students. We are also seeking assistance with our attendance with our students at this time. So if you have any ideas on how we can get our students in school and keep them in school, I would greatly appreciate any help that's out there. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you, East Flatbush community. I greatly appreciate you all.
Hi, Rhonda. I just wanted to say something real quick, if you're open to it. We at Savings Alliance, we have multiple vocational training and job placement opportunities for individuals who are looking for work. The only thing that we ask is that they are New York residents. So if at all you're interested in connecting with me so that we can assist you with finding these individuals at least something to do, or even education classes at our workforce center, you can reach out to me and we can like connect on that if you'd like.
I would definitely like that. Thank you so much. Can you just put your information in the chat for me, please? I would greatly appreciate it. I am considering hosting a vendor event. So with all the information that's currently here, I think this would be a great asset to our school community. So I will keep Ms. Holmes and Cindy aware of when we can, once I get permission to host the event. More than likely, it definitely will be on a Saturday. So that's just a heads up so that we can get a good turnout. So thank you. I just have to find someone now to pay for the food.
Rhonda, could you remind me which zip code is your school in?
11226.
Okay, great. So you can email me regarding the food situation, and then also what I want to say. Oh, so we also have a meeting called Open Door that's specifically for residents, and it's held in the evening. And I would love it if you could share that with the families.
I would be more than happy to.
Yeah.
You're helping me. One hand washes the, both hands wash the face. That's what they say. So I am more than happy to help out wherever I can. So whatever information you have, and like I said, I have a connection with the shelters. So whatever you give me today, I'm going to share with the community directors at the shelter. And thank you, Ms. Gordon, I got your information. I will be reaching out to you tomorrow.
Great. And I would also wanted to add, as Lameka mentioned, there is actually a governance team. And I'm sure she's always looking for new partners to be part of this team. And I hear that you're in zip code 11226, which is the targeted neighborhood for the partnership. So maybe also to speak to her about it. And if not you, maybe someone at your school could actually be part of this team. I'm actually one of the members. So, you know, it's my job also to encourage others if you're interested in being part of this team. It's a great team and, it, you know, good opportunity to make a difference for the community.
Anything to help out others, I'm down for. Pardon the colloquialism, but yes, I'm always willing to help. I'm willing to help volunteer once I have the time. So if anyone needs my help, I'm here to help out as much as I can. It's all about us making everyone feel better about themselves and their lives.
Thank you, Rhonda. I'm gonna put my email address in the chat so you can message me regarding the food, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other program update? Okay. No more program updates? Okay, so earlier in our meeting, I just asked the question, whoever was new to our meeting and how you found out about it. So if there's anyone that didn't share before, I would love to hear if this is your first time joining us and how you learned about the meeting. Just curious.
Oh, I can go. This is my first time joining. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
And I actually met Cinda. Yes. Cindy, sorry. Cindy at the NYPCC event. So yeah, so that's how it's connected, and I'm glad to be here.
Great, thank you. Chris, did you want to share? Hi, Chris.
Yeah, hi. I'm sorry. I was actually joining through the phone, having problem with the laptop till now. But this is actually my first meeting, and I learned about it from a recent anti-bullying fair that was had. I'm from Odyssey House. Sorry, tried to get the chance to meet earlier, but yeah, that's where I learned the information about this meeting from.
Great, thank you, Chris. Do you have any information you want to share about your program? We just did program updates.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm Chris. I'm from Odyssey House. What we have and we're offering was, well, we work with drug rehabilitation and substance abuse, as well as mental health programming. So what we do is we refer people at least to a provider within their area that's best matched with what they're going through, whether it be someone they need for therapy or for psychiatry. There is a heavy difference we forget to remember about. Yeah, we're in the 5 boroughs. I'm currently based in Harlem, but I do reach out to the other 5 boroughs. I have a few clients in Brooklyn, which is what led me to the fair and led me to this.
Great, thank you. Karen, would you like to share?
Yes, well, first of all, hello to everyone. I'm with the Department of Social Services, the Human Resource Administration. I am the Director of Enrollment and Events, newly to this position about 7 months. I took over the role from Dennis Flores, who I guess I was added to the list for these meetings. So I'm taking the opportunity to sit in on as many meetings as I can to hear about all the different programs, services, you know, all of the projects and things that everyone has going on. So for me, this has been very enlightening. An update that I might want to share with you is that we're partnering and working with elected officials and CBOs right now on the skimming replacement enrollment event. I don't know if you're familiar with it in the past, maybe over the last year or two, there have been several clients that have been victims of skimming, and they've had either their food stamps or their cash assistance stolen. And so the federal, state, and local government have agreed to replace people's benefits if they reported their card lost or stolen, got a new card and a new PIN number, and they can go on Connect EBT and pull up transactions and are able to identify any transactions that they were not the ones who conducted the transactions. They may be eligible to file a claim to have their benefits replaced. So that went live effective this Monday that just passed, which was August 21st. And they will have up until the end of October 31st to file a claim to see if they would be eligible. So if you have any community-based organizations or any other facilities in your area that maybe know of clients or residents that have been victims of this, you could feel free to reach out to me via email, and we would try to come out and do an enrollment event, which basically is assisting them with filing a claim to see if they qualify to get their benefits replaced. So that's what's going on now.
Thank you. How were the benefits taken from them?
So, you know, it can happen to any of us, right? So the skimming fraudulent activity is where they can put like a casing or something over the machine. So
Yeah.
when you swipe your card, you could still have your card on your person, right? And because you swiped it at a store or maybe a restaurant or whatever, it took your information and then they were able to steal your benefits, right? So it was happening to, if I'm not mistaken, the number of people that have been verified that they were the victims is over 22,000 people
Oh my God.
between cash assistance and SNAP that were victims of skimming. So, you know, the federal government and stuff, they decided, and the state, that they would try to replace it. So they have to just get a list of transactions that verify that these activities were not done by them. So it's like a attestation. Excuse me, I can never say that word. But but anyway, if they can prove that, then they would be eligible for replacements. So I think it's a good thing because we got several complaints prior to me being with this program. I was with the Office of Constituent Services and I dealt with clients that have, you know, already been on services, and they also had complaints about having their benefits stolen. And at that time, the agency was not replacing them. So you had people that was missing food stamps or cash and it wasn't being replaced. So we had to refer them to food pantries or try to get them, you know, to Catholic charities or any other place that could try to assist them. But now they are eligible for them to be replaced. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, so my next question is, when this happened, did the person completely lose their benefits or they just lost out on what was stolen from them? I think I'm unclear on that part.
Well, they lost out on what was stolen for them. So
Okay.
let's just say, for example, they was entitled to $400 a month, but
Right.
somebody stole $250 from them, right? They had whatever was remaining, but they were $250 short. So all of that is being taken into consideration. So at the end of the day, they have now access to something called Connect EBT, where before they used to have to call the number on the back of their EBT card in order to report any fraudulent activity or anything like that. Now they have a website that they can go on and they can indicate that they lost their card or it was stolen or is damaged or whatever, or change their PIN. They have more like of a self-service that they can do now. They are going to be replacing benefits going back as far as 15 months. Anything over 15 months, they have to speak to someone at the customer service with EBT in order to get clearance to see if they can. But yeah, it was a big mess. But I'm
Wow.
glad that they finally decided to do something. So for right now, my team is working with, you know, like I said, CBOs or elected officials in those areas that have been mapped as being the highest targeted areas, that we're going out to conduct these enrollment events to help them sign up for the Connect EBT and also to file a claim.
Okay, and one more question. So were
Mhm.
the people, let me get my words together. Have people been notified that this service is available?
Oh, yeah.
Basically, okay, great. Okay, great.
They have, and then, you know, word of mouth too,
Yeah,
because we just went live on Monday, right?
Oh, wow.
So I was on a meeting in an elected official's office, I think it was in Manhattan, and it just went live on Monday, like I said. Between Monday when it went live and that, I want to say that afternoon or around 5 o'clock, they had over like 25 or 30 people that came in wanting to file claims for the replacement of their benefits. So it's already out there. You know, they know, but you could spread the word too. At the end of the day, we want people to get what they're entitled to.
Absolutely. Thank you so
So
much.
much. You're welcome.
Yeah, and also just to add to that, I would definitely reach out directly to the elderly community
Yes.
because, you know, sometimes you hear instances where family members are using benefits that the older person is not aware of.
Right.
And that would probably have to be like a more closed door event. But you know, that's something I noticed as well.
So in that scenario, the problem with that is if they gave someone their PIN number to their card, as opposed to the person's card being skimmed, or they did phishing, or they stole the benefits from them. If you willingly give someone your PIN number to do shopping and that person takes additional monies from you unbeknownst to you, that's really not the same criteria in which they're doing the replacement benefits. But I totally hear what you're
Okay.
saying, and that has
Got it.
been raised, but it's not a criteria for the replacement benefits. Now, these are people who were victims of skimming, and it could be proven. So that's the difference.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Karen?
Karen, I have a question. Is there a cap on the amount of funds that are in this pool? Like, so whoever gets it, like, will it exhaust? So we have to like run quickly?
All right, so this is pretty much, this is how it works. So the person, whoever's benefits were stolen, right? They have to get a detailed transaction from Connect EBT that indicates the amount that was taken, the date of the transaction, the retailer, the address of the retailer, because on the back end is going to be an investigation that's done, right? So the agency will replace, let's just say for instance, they will replace either double the amount of your benefits, which would be like 2 months benefits, or the cap would not be over, let's say $650 for that month. So if your benefits are less than that, let's say they was getting $200 in food stamps, so they're gonna double it, that's $400. That's what they will be getting. If they were getting over the $650 or whatever, they're only gonna get $650 back. Okay, and this is only, like I said, they have to file a claim. They need to be doing it now until the end of October 31st. Those are the people who have been the victims of skimming from January 1st, 2022 to September 30th of 2023. Anybody in that time frame, they need to be filing now, because that's considered, I want to say these are people that's like a backlog that they want to do the replacements for. And then going forward, they will continue to work with replacing people's benefits, but they will be only entitled to a one-time replacement. The people who got their benefits stolen in a time frame that I just mentioned, they are eligible for 2 replacements of benefits. So, and also it's a whole process. So that's why we would work with them, because they need to know that, say your benefits was stolen from cash assistance 5 months in a row, right? And your food stamps was stolen 2 months in a row. But all of that is still considered one instance. So that claim should list all of the times that the benefits were stolen, every month that it was stolen, and it's still considered only one replacement benefit. It could be for however much money they owed, but it's one replacement. If they do the claim separately for cash assistance and separately for the food stamps, that's going to be considered 2 replacements. And that would be all they entitled to. So that's why it's important for us to work with them to let them know you could have had one instance, but several months of your benefits stolen. You do not have to do a claim for each month. You can do it one time for all of the months that it was stolen. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah. Are there any things being done going forward to, I guess, somehow reduce this being possible? I know skimming is a big
Yeah,
thing.
it is, right?
Yeah.
Because even for us, it's happening. You walk and you still have your information in your pocket, and somebody could walk past you and steal your credit card information right up, and you're not even aware. But no, I believe that the USDA and the state and stuff, they're working to try to put something in place to help eliminate that as much as possible. So exactly what that is, I'm not privy to that information just yet, but I'm just privy to sharing that we are looking to help people file claims for replacement.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other either questions for Karen or other program updates? Okay. Alrighty, we will continue by wrapping things up for our presentation. So we do have our social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook. Our handle is East Flatbush Partnership. Kai put in the chat, if you want to be a presenter at one of our monthly meetings, there's a form for you to fill out, as well as if you would like to join our newsletter, There's a form for you to fill out as well to do that. Our next meeting is going to be on September 28th. And we have our zip codes, which are 11203, 11210, 11212, 11226. And I just wanted to share that we are in the process of working to secure a location so that we can begin having our monthly meetings in person. And that would begin in December for our end of year celebration and continue through 2024. We are hoping that that will be a hybrid meeting for those of you who are unable to attend in person. And so I'm actually going to be meeting with one of our partners second week in September to look at the location. But if you have a location that you would like to tell us about, that would be great as well as a backup. And that is all I have for today. So unless there are any other questions or anything that you all want to share, I'm going to stop the recording.
One quick question, Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay.
What's the criteria to be a host for East Flatbush?
So the criteria is that the location is central. Central meaning like, so we have 4 zip codes, right? But we want it to be kind of central so that residents can come and not be off to one side. So that's one. I can tell you more about that later. And the second one is that the actual location is not like an auditorium or a lunchroom, but more like a conference room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to work with you.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording. I will leave this on the Zoom on for a little while if you all want to connect with each other, but we are officially done. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you next month. Who has some plans for the rest of the summer? How